Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we will be playing Beastworm Simulator once again. Now, I know I probably should have made this video a while ago, because of course Beesmas did release quite a while ago. However, at least, better late than never. So, yes, I have already done quite a bit. I'm on the red and blue Beesmas quest. And if you want to see the gifts I've opened 3 through 10. Um I have also been working on my Dapper Bear quests, as you can see here. And oh, Vicious Bee. So right now it's nighttime. Well, never mind. I was gonna say I should start working on collecting the tokens from fireflies, but well, I guess that's not something I can do. So, I mean, I'm looking at this quest. The blue extract thing won't be that hard, especially thanks to the blender and all that. The refreshing nectar isn't hard, but it might take a bit of time. The fireflies and ladybugs, similar, not that hard, but might take a bit of time. And then these two things should be pretty easy. Um, so I will. So the reason I'm making this video, however, is not because of Beesmas. It's because of something else, and you'll probably see it in the title. But before I work on that, I would just like to talk a little bit about Beesmas stuff. So this is Stickbug's quest. It's very annoying. It is the only quest that I have not completed, that I've received in Beesmas so far. And that is quite annoying. So, now the cog mowers aren't that hard. I just haven't been doing the Robo Bear challenge that much, to be honest. If I did the Robo Bear challenge more, I could probably get those pretty easily. That's not my stun snail, by the way. Um, but what's really annoying is the cog turrets and the mecha mosquitoes. Because the cog mowers, you can get them at a pretty early level. But the cog turrets and mecha mosquitoes, they are not easy. I have yet to get a silver Robo amulet or whatever it's called. As you can see, I have a bronze one here. The furthest I've made is level 9, which isn't necessarily great. But basically, so I've been thinking that I need to do some something because right now, what's been happening in the Robo Bear challenge is, let's say I need to get some pollen. So I'll be grinding in the fields, I'll get a lot of pollen, but then what happens is the mosquitoes come, and so do the cog mowers. And instead of trying to get pollen, my bees start focusing on that. And that is really what's annoying because, you know, then they can't get abilities or whatever. So basically, one thing I have been doing, and I've never heard anyone else give this tip, so I'll just give it to the people who are watching, which is basically, so with the pollen quests, they can be tough. So I would say for the later ones, like if you're struggling, of course drives are a thing. But what I've been doing is, and this doesn't work for everyone, it depends on what your Supreme Star amulet is, but mine is Pop Star and Shooting Star, I think it's called. No, Star Shower. Okay, that's kind of. Why did I think it was called that? No, Star Shower. So Pop Star and Star Shower. So Pop Star, I mean, you could use it, but it's only good for blue pollen. If you need like red pollen, it's not that helpful. But Star Shower is actually really good because what you can do, so you have time in between the Robo Bear challenges. So basically, what you can do is you can pretty much get your Star Shower up during the Robo Bear challenge. Um, and like not during the challenge itself, but like before, in between rounds, you get it to like 35, and then you can basically do it afterward. So let me show you what I mean by that. So we'll just do that, we'll do that, 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 and then we'll do that one. So this one's really easy, 50,000 red pollen. I mean, even as a blue hive, that's, very easy. So there's no point in doing it for that one. I can just go straight to the next one. Um, but eventually it might get a bit more challenging. And ooh, that's pretty good. And so basically what you then can do is do what I said. So as you can see here, like it depends what your hive color is, but it doesn't really matter because if you're a red hive, just farm red um boost tokens. If you're a blue hive, farm blue boost tokens, and if you're a white hive, farm marks. So it works for any hive color, but of course you do need you know, star shower. So that's sort of the issue there. Um, but overall, I would say it definitely works quite well. And I'm on round 3 right now. Again, don't bother using it for like that round. I would only use it for maybe rounds 5 and above. I mean, it really depends if you struggle, like when you do struggle. Um, but that's that. And let's see here. Some of that. And do that one because a lot of my attack does come from my red beast. Also, like, so this is worth noting. I am obviously a blue hive, but I have a lot of red. Like, I'm doing a lot of red quests. The reason for that is just because if the quests are easy and Rosefield is right there, like, I might as well. Um, so this is when I should start. Okay, so round 5 is sort of when it gets to be a bit challenging, so I should probably start doing the thing now, even though I probably don't need to. So basically, if you look at the bottom of my screen right here, it's every 40th. So I'm at 14 right now. And I will warn you, this might require some trial and error because, especially if you have like a tornado in the field, you might get too high, like you might get to 40, which you don't want, obviously. So, what I would recommend is don't try to get to like 39, just try to get to like 35 or something. So, obviously your cub buddy can also be a bit annoying, but overall, I mean, the cub buddy isn't really that big of a problem, to be honest. Okay, so I'm at like 33 right now. I'll just get maybe this white boost and this blue boost. Okay, so I'm at 35, which is pretty solid. And now what I can do is I can talk to Robo Bear, red or blue. Well, I'm going blue because I'm a blue hive. And um, ooh, it's pretty expensive. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe if I was a white hive, but so also I'm wearing the demon mask. I would recommend wearing the demon mask no matter what in this challenge because even though, of course, I am a blue hive, like first of all, I had the option for blue pollen. You don't always have that. Sometimes it gives you red and white. Sometimes it gives you blue and red. Some. sometimes it doesn't give you what you want, and that can be very, very annoying because then you'll have to get, you'll have to get out of your comfort zone. And when you're wearing the demon mask, while it might not help for blue pollen, but what it really is good for is attack. And even like even if you're a red hive, obviously you can get red pollen easily. You want to wear the demon mask for the red pollen, but you also want it for the attack because if I were wearing the diamond mask, I would not be doing very well. And also, I'm doing pretty badly right now. Usually I make it to like level 9, but I'm like, again, I'm doing pretty bad. I don't know why. I'll probably be able to beat this level, but so, you know, that's just kind of how that is. Um, and the X flame is pretty good. You want to get up the flames, doesn't matter what hive color you are. I mean, I would say if you're a mixed hive, that's probably fine as well. Like, I mean, if you're a mixed hive, you're probably fairly low level, so I'm not sure if Demon Mask would really be in your price range, but I mean, in that case, I guess there's always Fire Mask, even though like everyone says it's trash. Um, but I mean, I wouldn't stress too much about it, like, but of course there's space in between the rounds. Like if you accidentally wore a Diamond Mask for the first couple rounds, you can change it, no stress about it or anything like that. It's not like the ant challenge where like if you make one mistake before you start, it can kind of screw you because of course you can't leave the ant challenge and then rejoin. Also one thing that's worth noting, if you leave the game, the Robo Bear challenge ends. You do get your rewards, but it ends, so um don't leave the game if you're doing the Robo Bear challenge. Yeah, just don't. Um, so I'm gonna do the same thing that I did last time. I'm gonna try to get my boost tokens up. Also with the precise speed, like of course it doesn't have to be blue boost, even if you're a blue hive. Like with the precise speed, that gives a lot of um, if you're a red hive, probably pretty easy to do because, the precise speed. But then again, the surprise balloons are also pretty good when it comes to, well, that's not ideal. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, how that might happen. If that happens, you can just do it again. Like, there is a bit of a cooldown, but it's not that long. It's like, what, 30 seconds. So, I mean, you can wait for 30 seconds. And if you're really impatient, you can just, go or kill mobs or whatever. Actually, come to think of it, I should probably be killing some ladybugs right now because I need to do it for the bee bear quest, but I mean, there's 83 days left of bees, so I'll be okay. Also, speaking of which, I believe the bee bear quest rewards a cub buddy or a star treat. So keep that in mind. If you already have a cub buddy, star treats, that's pretty good. Sometimes he'll only give you like 400 tickets or whatever, which isn't quite as good. But yeah, a star treat, very valuable. I mean, technically speaking, in the shop, it's like half the price of a Cub Buddy. But who buys the Cub Buddy for tickets? I mean, everyone just buys it for Robux or just waits for business. Let's be honest. And if you do buy it for tickets, well, you're making a bit of a mistake there. Okay, so I got to 35. You don't necessarily have to get to 35, but just somewhere in that range. I don't like to get to like 39, for instance, because then there's a very high risk of screwing up. Also, always try to get the digital bee because the drive thing, like why wouldn't you want extra boosts? Like when I use, so for example, right now I'm going to use a red drive because all of this stuff is red. Like, so there you go. And the drive upgraded Digital B's attack. And, yes, it's pretty marginal, but first of all, it adds up pretty substantially. But also, it's like, I mean, you're going to use the drives anyway. Might as well put them to good use. So, I mean, I really didn't need to use that drive looking at it because, like, I'm getting these quests incredibly easily, and I don't even think I'll need the Star Shower. I sort of hope I don't use it because if I do, then um I wouldn't be able to use it next time. Or I would, but I just don't want to have to like waste a ton of time. So I'm gonna avoid these mosquitoes here because there's no point in getting involved with them. Um, but you know. So I mean, so, Cub Buddy, Cub Buddy. Okay, so the Cub Buddy can be pretty annoying, as you can see in cases like that. But I mean, that's just kind of a time waster. It doesn't really impact me. Um, and so yeah, the Robo Bear challenge, that's kind of how that is. I don't need to record the rest of it, but I'm going to just because I want to like put it in the title. Like this will be a Robo Bear video. I'll record another video probably like right after this one, but it won't come out right after. And that video will be more, I guess, interesting. Um, Also, I guess one more thing about the non-Robo Bear challenge, which is, of course, if you've been playing for a while, you know all this, but honey wreath, candles, stockings, science bear lights are up there, polar bear feast is over there, and then Onyx thing is up there, and then Dapper Bear's thing is also over there. Well, it doesn't really matter where the lights are, does it? I guess they're not really based off, you know, location. But what I would say, oh, also Buck OB, of course. What I would say is you should really try to get like some of the things are better than others. Like the honey wreath, for instance, don't like use the honey wreath always. Only use it when your backpack is full. Um, because you know. Like I could use it right now and my backpack's at 2 million, but I'm not gonna get much from it. Whereas if my backpack's at like 1 billion, now that's when you should use it. And so the way I see it as an instant converter, basically. That's how I would want everyone to see it because that's sort of what it is, to be honest. But it's a better version because you get more honey because of the fact that it's honey tokens. So especially if you've like a honey token boost or something, it's pretty good. Like I believe my stick bug amulet has a honey, yeah, honey from tokens. So if you have something like that, obviously that's pretty good. Like if you're a white hive, I'm pretty sure it'd be really good. Um, but yeah. So I'm at 32, I'm at 35, I'm at 36. Again, like don't stress if it's not exactly 35. That's just the number I like to use. Um, So let's see here. Which one would I'm gonna go with that one. Bear B, Music B. Ooh, these are all pretty solid. I mean, that one's not very good for me, but I'll just take that one because I don't really do white pollen. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, Spiderfield, maybe I'll need to use a white drive. Actually, I kind of want to get rid of these drives to be honest, so I don't need to use it, but I'm going to use it anyways because I want to get rid of the drives and I want to help digital be in the process. And that's all. That's all good, obviously. Um, as you can see, that star shower really helped because now I just instantly filled up my spider field bar and cactus field. So I would recommend using it on like the tougher one, which you might think the cactus field's tougher because you need 2 million. But for me, it's not because, again, I'm a blue hive. Cactus field's like half blue. Spider field is 0% blue. And it's also white, which is kind of like my worst. Like, I'm sort of trying to get like reddish, even if I'm still a blue hive. So, like, for example, I'm wearing the demon mask, and I guess really the only red bee I have picked right now is the festive bee, which is hardly considered red, but I mean, still, that's kind of just how I do stuff. And of course, the spider field in general, lower level flowers than the cactus field. Now let's see how I'm doing on this quest. It seems like the blue extracts will probably be the thing that take the longest, which is fine with me because I can just speed them up in the blender if I really want. Um, so the way I see quests is what you want to do is you want to, I guess, line up everything, whether it's like time, effort, or what. So what I mean by that is any pollen related thing, just get it out of the way as fast as possible. Like, if it's not an important quest, it doesn't really matter, I guess. But like, if it's an important quest, you want to do the pollen part as fast as possible. The whole collect strawberries, blueberries, red extracts, if you have collect things, those you want to do gradually. And then, so the nectar, that you also sort of want to do gradually, I guess. But basically, the big things are the Mother Bear Gingerbread House and the Bee Bear catalog. So, for instance, for me, if you have like a time-based thing, like defeat ladybugs or fireflies or whatever, like that is based off the amount of time um it takes. So basically what I would say is you want to get those two done. Once I get the fireflies and ladybugs done, and I guess same with the refreshing nectar. Once I get those three things done, all I've left are the blue extracts, the Mother Bear Gingerbread House, and the Bee Bear catalog. And basically, what I can do, I already have some blue extracts in the blender, so that shouldn't be that tough. But even if I didn't, I mean, blue extracts aren't that hard to get. Like, sure, they can be kind of annoying to get from like rhino beetles or whatever, but like, there's other ways to get them. Like, I believe there's a Beesmas. Actually, I could hit two birds with one stone because I'm pretty sure one of the Beesmas packs has like 15 blue extracts or whatever. And of course, that would count. Or not the Beesmas packs. I guess, no. The Bee Bear catalog, as you can see. No, I would not. As you can see somewhere here, I believe it's the one with the purple potion. I'm just not looking hard. That one has a red extra. I swear there's one with like 15 of each extract or something like that. And I'm pretty sure it was cheap. Well, maybe that was last year. Okay, so never mind then. I don't know why I thought that. Oh, right here. Refreshing bundle contains 20 blue extracts. So I could buy that. It's pretty cheap, so it would knock off that and it would knock off that. And then all I've left are one more item from Bee Bear's catalog and Mother Bear's gingerbread house. I can check Mother Bear's gingerbread house whenever I want. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the star shower. That's not great, but I can check Mother Bear's gingerbread house whenever I want. So that will be pretty easy. And then I could just knock off it with one of these easy ones. Like that one's 10 gingerbread bears. That one's 500 snowflakes. That one's 5 gingerbread bears, you know. I'll just buy one of the cheap ones, and then I'll be done with the quest. And for this Dapper Bear quest, for example, what I do, like the mutation one, you can do that at any time. So I would just do that at any time. Okay, so the fireflies, I feel like they might be one of the toughest parts. So I should probably focus on them, along with the ladybugs, of course. So like what I do with the Dapper Bear one is I need to get some nectar. So invigorating and comforting. I have comforting nectar in a planter right there. I don't have invigorating, but I could get it. I might get it from Dapper Bear from from the Samovar. If I do get it from the Samovar, that'd be pretty lucky. If not, I'll just put down like some planter or whatever. But currently, I mean, that's not really my main priority. Currently, I would focus on the Beesmas quest, by the way. Like, I know the Dapper Bear quests are tempting because they're brand new, and a lot of the Beesmas quests are like similar to last year. But it's still like the Dapper Bear quests, you can do them anytime. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do them, they're very important, but you shouldn't focus on them the same way you would focus on the Beesmas quest because they're just not the same as Beesmas quests in terms of where those fireflies go. I don't know where the fireflies were. I do know there's an epic sprout right there, but I don't really care about that. You probably should care about the epic sprout, but I just care more about the fireflies, I guess. Okay, so I'm almost done with this firefly thing. I don't think I'll be able to do it this night, but probably the next one. And then once I'm done with that, I can just focus on the ladybugs and nectar. I mean, the nectar, there's not really much you could do. Like, I could put like a cloud vial or whatever, but like, I mean, it's not really worth all that much. Like, I would just kind of wait. Like, that is a refreshing nectar planter. So basically, unless I get like refreshing nectar from the samovar, you just kind of gotta wait. Um, and all right, bye bye fireflies. Now I guess I can focus on that epic sprout. But no, I'm going to keep my priorities straight and I'm going to do the Robo Bear challenge. I'm at 31 for Star Shower. I'm just going to get a little bit more. And I seem to be laggy. So, okay. Oh no. So, Tornado is kind of your worst nightmare. Yep. All right. So that's not great. Tornado is not helpful whatsoever when it comes to that strategy. And honestly, I just wish I could stop the tornado because I don't know how it even got that many that quick, but it did. I mean, at least now I can focus on the epic sprout, but still not ideal. Um, Also, I guess I'll say one more thing about the snow bear. Um, what level would you like? I don't know. I mean, the level mine is level, I believe I just defeated the level 15. Um, if you're my level, you should probably be better than that because I'm a blue hive, which is awful for attacking. So, if you're like a red or white hive, you could probably do a lot better. I mean, obviously, if you're lower level, but by the way, all those have been solo. And what I've been doing, I've been waiting for my coconut shield, and then I've just been using that. And then, in addition to that, I've also been using stingers. And I mean, that can, you know, pretty much get the job done. I say that the stinger thing is probably the biggest one, but the coconut shield's also pretty important. because a lot of the time I'm just barely getting it. So, keep that in mind. And um, so yeah. Okay, time to do the Robo Bear challenge. Start round nine. Round nine is kind of challenging. Tadpole and buoyant. Ooh, that looks pretty good. All right. So, mushroom, mountaintop. Yeah, that won't be too challenging. My petal planter here is almost grown, even though I don't really need it because it was for satisfying nectar, but then I got satisfying nectar from the samovar, so now it's kind of just useless. But oh well, not much you can really do about that. I guess I'm just gonna. So, I mean, avoiding the mosquitoes isn't necessarily the worst idea. I mean, of course, eventually you'll have to, encounter them because otherwise they'll kill you, of course. But I mean, that's not necessarily the worst idea out there. Okay, so like I'm done with that, for example. So what I don't want to happen is to activate the star shower there. And when you just have a make honey oh, Mondo Chick's like basically dead. Okay, so we won't really have to worry about Mondo Chick. Um, but we will have to worry about these mosquitoes and other things, cog mowers. And those two are some pretty annoying ones. So you saving the star shower like isn't necessarily a bad idea. Like for example, I saved it from the mushroom field because I knew I could get that pretty easily. So because I'm already done with that, now I can focus on the mountaintop field and okay, so right there, star shower, bam. So now I just did that. Like that was pretty easy. Um and now I can go into round 10, which is very challenging, by the way. Round 10 is no joke. Um, so what would I do for round 10? I would use a drive for sure, depending on which color you have to get. And of course, the cog mowers are also kind of a pain because they do take forever. I mean, don't be afraid to use stingers. Like, especially someone like me, like, I already have the demon mask, I already have the vicious beak. I don't need stingers for anything. Like I don't believe they're a requirement for like the dark scythe or whatever, so even if you're red hive, it isn't that big of a deal. Um, I mean, of course, if you've like Star Saw or whatever, that's also pretty good, but I don't. Um, so, all right, start round 10. Okay, so white or red, I'm gonna go with red. Fuzzy, buoyant, and then I'm gonna go with that one. So the first thing I want to do, red drive, right off the bat. You always want to do that. And so for some reason in this round, like Cogmores spawn a little bit differently. Like they don't necessarily spawn in this field that I'm in. They just kind of spawn in other fields. So I'll have to remember that. Yeah, like there's a ton in Sunflower right now. So you want to get done with the pollen part as soon as it's like that's really good. I was able to get with the done with the pollen part really quick. So I might actually stand a chance at completing this because now I can put 100% of my energy into the cog mower. So I'm just going to focus all on this one cog mower. And I'm just going to spam stingers, to be honest, because that's not really a bad idea. Um, So I'm basically just gonna follow this Cogmower around, to be honest. And yeah, so it's at like 1000 HP or so. Well, I mean, obviously quite a bit more than that, but you know. So I defeated one Cogmower. Now I'll focus on this one because it is the next lowest HP. Though my bees seem to disagree. They would rather focus on the mosquitoes, which isn't ideal. But so now I can kill these two cogmowers, and then once I'm done with that, I'm not sure if there's any in the other fields. I mean, I'd have to assume there are because last time I played, they were in like multiple fields, but yeah. So I'll just, oh, my HP is very low. I did not realize that. That is not good at all. Um, wonder, do I lose if I die? I hope I don't, but I, um, I've never actually died when I'm playing it. Okay, so I just died, so that's not good. Okay, you don't lose when you die. That's good, but it is a pain because your bees take forever to return. And that's not a good thing. So, okay, my tadpole bee is back. Cool, you got some frogs. I don't really care about the frogs, to be honest. Um, Man, these mosquitoes are really, really annoying. I'm gonna die so much thanks to them. Okay, so I probably won't be able to do this because I'm at a minute 52 and I've not made progress really at all. I've defeated one Cogmower. I'm about to defeat another, assuming this lag doesn't make things really bad, which it did, because now I'm dead. So I believe I defeated another Cogmower, but I don't know if it even showed up on my bar, which was kind of annoying. For some reason, the these mosquitoes don't care at all if there's no bees. They only care if there's bees. What if I drop a coconut? Nope. So they just don't care unless there's bees. Strange. All right. So I mean, we'll try to take down as many Cogmowers as possible, I guess, because why not? But I mean, the mosquitoes don't actually do that much damage, but when there's like 10 of them, like, yeah, it's pretty bad. So, okay. I don't really see any more. Okay. There's some Cogmores in the Clover field. Also, by the way, like, I know for Onyx Quest you need a golden Cogmower. They just kind of spawn in random fields. Like, I've seen a couple in the Cactus field. Um, but like I don't think there's really like a formula for like where they spawn or something. But also, I don't really know how this mosquito boost works, to be honest, but it does somehow. Like, I don't know if you're meant to like stand under them or like what, like. Okay, so I just died again. I did get a new record, which was nice. Um, and I'll claim my rewards. Yeah, I'll take that. All right, so that is the Robo Bear challenge. I hope you enjoyed. It was a long video, I know.